So this was a movie starring Jim Carrey, Colin Firth as Fred, naturally, and Gary Oldman as Bob Cratchit. Oh yeah, and Scrooge. This guy, yeah, Jim Carrey. Anyway, Bobby Z, Robert Zemeckis, and we're talking about this. Hey, it's me, your good buddy, Matt D, talking to you here in the fabulous game garage about ATV double value 2-game pack monster trucks mayhem DSi games. Let's see what we got going on here. ATV Thunder Ridge Riders puts the thrills of all-terrain racing in the palm of your hands. Kick it with your friends on bone-jarring excursion out to Thunder Ridge and conquer Mother Nature, capitalized, in a earth-ripping, sorry, third grade teachers, in an earth-ripping, heart-pounding joyride across miles of insane terrain, exclamation point. ATV Thunder Ridge Riders and then the next part is in French, because this, of course, is the French-Canadian version, because I only choose the best. Double value, so that was ATV Thunder Ridge Riders. Monster Truck Mayhem! Make all your favorites come true when you climb up into the cab of some of the baddest vehicles on the planet! Exclamation point. You put your skills to the test against others in a freewheeling carnage and destruction and mayhem. I didn't read that part right. In a freewheeling carnage of destruction and mayhem? I don't think that's written very well. Anyway, oh, yes. So look at the beautiness of this game. ATV Thunder Ridge Riders double value 2-game pack Monster Trucks Mayhem, I think is the full title. It's a long one. You get 2 games in one. This is a classic. This is classic shovelware. This is maybe our first legendary game. To some, this legendarily bad. This is maybe some of the shoveliest shovelware to ever shovelware. I don't know. So this is a thing. Someone help me out here. Comment down below. I feel like this is a thing that you would see more in like kind of computer games, where they have kind of 2, maybe not kind of real full games put together, and they kind of crush them to try to fool you to think that it's like two games, but there really was never 2 games. Like I can't go and individually buy these 2 games on the DS. In fact, I don't know if I can get any of these games individually anywhere in the universe. So it's like if WarioWare had listed itself as 100 totally unique games. Anyway, so let's get into this first one, ATV. Unplayable. Absolutely unplayable. Couldn't get past the first level. The graphics are so muddy. I multiple times I just get lost. And then you go backwards, and the maps they give you aren't good enough, so you never actually know where you are. You just can tell if you're first, second, third, or fourth, but you can't tell where you are necessarily on the map. Kind of annoying. A little important. And actually, once you get going, you're unstoppable. I mean, once you hit high speed, you can go over mountains and everything. Monster Trucks Mayhem, actually sort of funnish. It had some of the same problems, but because the tracks are more linear, it was easy to follow them. Though that is the hardest part in the game, is not being able to tell exactly when a turn is and then just turning it directly into a wall. You're like, serious? Serious. It's not great. But here's actually what I really want to point out to you is on these like really bad games, I really want to spend some time looking at this graphic design. Unfortunately, the camera isn't super sharp to pick up all these fine details, but just look at all those fonts. And I'm pretty sure, like some of these fonts, I'm pretty sure this font is the same as this font, but they just kind of like, you know, put a little of italics on it. But that's, and this, in case, I don't know if you guys are aware of certain parts of graphic design, but this is, each one of these people is cut out and then they just added a layer of smoke and then blurred this and added a sun. What I'm trying to say is this cover is sloppy. Good enough that if you just look at it fast enough, you're like, oh yeah, that looks like a cover, but that's just blur. And they took this and you can kind of tell, I think they just stamped them lightly and thus creating kind of a blur effect. And I don't know, it's just shockingly, amazingly cheap. And I love it. But yeah, first game, unplayable. I couldn't even, like I said, ultimately got lost. Second one, kind of fun. There's 11 courses. You can buy upgrades. I don't know if they do. They actually do help. You actually at some point. I never understood how to work Nitro Boost. Again, yeah, and also like I said, there is like a career mode. I got a trophy. All this is to say they don't save your name. They don't save this. They don't save that. You don't really. You playing this game. Sorry, I suddenly realized all the care and effort that was put into like just early Nintendo games, like RC Pro-Am, a game I took for granted at the time, but holy cow, super sticky tires were awesome. It was super fun. Yeah, RC Pro-Am. The actual, anyway, all this, you play an early Nintendo game, you appreciate what little course or world building there is, because when there's absolutely none, you feel sort of cheated. It was fun playing them, but like you're like, seriously, man, that trophy I won felt like some real bullshit. Sorry, it did. I won a bullshit trophy in this game. Anyway, what are y'all playing? Love you. Like, Shibe Square. Like Shibe Square. Shibe Square.